Hey, VC, it's Jonathan, your cheap and cheerful record collector. I hope everybody's doing well today and enjoying this summer weather. I hope things are opening up a little bit and we get back out there. As long as we wear our masks and keep our social distancing, we should be okay to get out there and do a little digging for records. Today, I'm following a thread that was started by James Griffiths to show genre-specific compilations. I watched James's and Vinyl Richie, Headley, a couple other ones. Anyway, figured I'd jump in and show you some stuff I got. First one is a compilation called Girls in the Garage. This is volume 5, so there are at least 5 volumes of this. I don't know anything about any of these bands, basically. They are from the 60s and 70s. The Margarettes, the Bermudas, the Occasionals, the Pussycats, Tell What For, Zuma, the Electric Lollipop. All girl groups, most of them in the 60s. Some of them, that's one from Greece, New York. This one sounds like the Shangri-Las, etc. Great little compilation of garage rock girl bands from the 60s. Pretty cool. All right, next one. All right, this one I picked up. I bought a collection from a gentleman about my age who was in the military and stationed in Germany, and I bought a German pressings from him. And this was one that I got from him. It's called Underground. And it's a 2 LP German pressing from Polydor. And it features Julie Driscoll and Brian Auger and the Trinity Express, The Crazy World of Arthur Brown, Cream, Jimi Hendrix, The Velvet Underground, and The Mothers of Invention. Not too shabby. Here's the gatefold. Great pictures of the bands. So basically the first side is Julie Driscoll, Brian Auger, and the Trinity, and The Crazy World of Arthur Brown. Does Fire, Fanfare. Second side is Hendrix and Cream. Cream does Politician. Hendrix does Little Wing, If 6 Was 9. Cream does Passing the Time. Hendrix does Third Stone from the Sun. The second disc, the first side is all the Velvet Underground. I'm Waiting for My Man, Sunday Morning, I Heard Her Call My Name, Here She Comes Now, and European Sun. And then the fourth side is all the Mothers of Invention, Plastic People, Who Needs the Peace Corps, The Return of the Son of the Monster Magnet. So all great stuff. Basically, virtually brand new. It's like one of those guys where you go there and the guy said, I only played it once and I taped it and I never listened to it again, and you all say it's all bullshit. He actually did. These are all incredibly clean. So that's a really cool compilation. Another compilation he had, which I grabbed, was Pop Sound 70, also a German pressing. And this has John Mayall, The Who, Taste, Fat Mattress, Jack Bruce, Captain Mother and the All Night Newsboys, 10-Wheel Drive with Genya Ravan, Area Code 615, Golden Earring, Euphoria, a lot of great stuff on here. Really happy to have Taste with Rory Gallagher. Not a lot on there, but this one cut. So as on Taste, Rolling Home is something called Ashton, Gardner, and Dyke. No idea who they were. Jack Bruce is on here. The Savage Rose, The Golden Earrings, The Who, etc. So real nice compilation. I usually show the vinyl. Here's the vinyl. There's a cool label on that one. Pop Sound 70. So that was a cool pickup. If I can get this in here, it'd be even better. There we go. All right, this one James Griffith showed, but for some reason I think it's a different version of it. So I decided to show mine also, called Propaganda. I think his had something written in the corner here about new bands or whatever. And mine's a top loader and came with the poster. And this one features, the first side is all live. Side 1 live, Play Loud. The Granati Brothers, who I don't know at all, recorded live in Cleveland in 1979. Then Joe Jackson doing 2 songs, Throw It Away and Come On, recorded live at the Whiskey A Go-Go in 79. And then the Police have 2 songs, The Landlord and Next to You, recorded live at the Bottom Line. Second side, again, bands I don't know, The Reds, Bob Henry, Joe Jackson, Squeeze, I know of course, David Kubunik, and Shrink. So I don't know them, but that's Propaganda. Now the next one, this is a great pickup. This is a total blind buy. I just liked it, and I've looked into it since and learned a lot more about it. So it's called Atomic Cafe. And I just read last week that the man who did this just passed away. It's basically, Atomic Cafe is a feature film about the history and culture of the atomic age and the often bizarre ways that the media sold the atomic arms race and nuclear energy to the American people in the 40s and 50s. It's a panoramic montage of newsreels, television shows, military training films, music, government propaganda, animation, and much more. So the guy who put all this together, a guy named Charles Wolfe, actually just passed away last week, coincidentally. This is all an album of songs about atomic bombs. So you have Sonny Boy Williamson doing Win the War Blues, Buchanan Brothers doing Atomic Power, Lowell Blanchard and the Valley Trio doing Jesus Hits Like an A-Bomb, Jackie Dahl and his Pickled Peppers when they dropped the atomic bomb, Bill Hughes and the Rhythm Buckaroos singing Atomic Sermon, Sons of the Pioneer doing Old Man Adam, etc. So it's really cool. Great compilation of songs about the atomic bomb on Rounder Records. And I guess there was a movie, which I've never seen, called Atomic Cafe. So I have to dig through maybe Netflix or Amazon and see if they have a copy of this available to watch. Atomic Cafe. This is one actually what we're listening to right now in the background. This is Acres for Sense. It's a UK pressing from 1987 of all US bands from the 80s, mostly from the West and Southwest, alt rock and country rock. Most of these bands I'd never heard of before. Russ Tolman, the Windbreakers, Evan Jones and the H-Bombs, Giant Sand, True West, Thin White Rope, Tailgaters. I listened to it today. There's some good stuff on here. Tailgaters do a song called Mumbo Jumbo, really good. Giant Sand does Thin Red Man, which is good. There's a group on a song on here by someone called Danny and Dusty. And I was reading their liner notes. Danny is Dan Stewart from Green on Red, and Dusty is Steve Wynn from the Dream Syndicate. So I had no idea about that. Listened to it today for the first time in a while. Very good. Some really good stuff on here. Like I said, alt rock and alt country from the 80s from the US, but this is a UK pressing. Only came out in the UK as far as I can tell. They're recorded for this label called Zippo Records, the outpost of a demon record empire. So, it's pretty cool. Next one I got from a buddy who was downsizing and getting rid of a lot of his records. And as soon as I saw this, I, of course, grabbed it immediately. And it's called Drink Beer, Yell, and Dance. It's Midwest teen bands, frat and garage stompers, 1961 to 1966. And it features the Twilighters, the Lindells, the St. Johns, Rod and the Satellites, the Catalinas, the Vandals, the Boys, the Gallows, Rod and the Satellites. I mean, you know, who knows? But great stuff. They even came with this great little booklet inside. It's party time. Present for your listening pleasure are 16 wild frat rock and garage band party favorites, sure to please even the most discriminating. And I like on the back it says, a strictly legal reissue, royalties paid in advance. So I like that. That's not just a ripoff. So great garage rock from the 60s, frat rock and garage rock from the West Coast on Echophonic Records. So, like, of course, my friend was willing to sell it. I couldn't pass it up. Drink beer, yell, and dance. This is a more traditional one. This is from A&M Records, and it's called Friends. It's one of those, what do they call them? Lost leaders that they used to put out, the record companies would put out with a bunch of their artists on it and hope you would like it and maybe go buy the record of one of the artists. This one features some bands I never heard, some I did. I know Fairport Convention, obviously, and Cat Stevens. They even have a song by Quincy Jones on here. Free is on here. Spooky Tooth, Humble Pie, Bloodwind Pig, The Move. But then it has Ron Davies, another song. They have Lambert and Nuttycombe doing Mr. Bojangles. I don't know who those people are. Don't know who they are. Of course, I know Mr. Bojangles, but I don't know who Lambert and Nuttycombe is. And something called Fotheringay. No idea. But there you go. It's a white label promo, if I remember right, from A&M. Yeah, A&M white label promo. So it's cool. They have stuff on there you never heard instead of just regular everyday stuff. Plus, always good to have Free and Spooky Tooth, The Move. So a good little compilation there. Next one, again, a little weird. It's a basic thing from Horizon Records, which I don't know Horizon. And it's called Horizon Music, Records, and Tapes, an introduction to the music. And the reason I grabbed this is because it has Dr. John doing 2 songs from his album City Lights, Neil Larson, 2 songs from an album called Jungle Fever, and the Mark Almond Band, 2 songs from his album Other People's Rooms. So there's the Doctor, the Good Doctor. And this again, I think is a white label promo, yeah. There's a white label promo. So that's a cool little find. And I think the last, number 10, last but not least, because you said to show 10 compilations, is one of my favorites. This is from Epic Records, and it's Rockabilly Stars, Volume 3. I got to look for Volume 1 and 2. 2-record set. Nice picture of the Everly Brothers there. Love the back cover. This features people like Little Jimmy Dickens, the Everly Brothers, the Collins Kids, John D. Loudermilk, the man who wrote Tobacco Road, Johnny Cash, Cliff Johnson. What else have we got here? Johnny Horton, Carl Perkins, Leon Smith, Carl Perkins. So a lot of early good rockabilly original hits. This is Volume 3. Like I said, I got to look for Volume 1 and 2. It got to be out there somewhere with my name on them. So that's it. Those are 10 compilations, genre specific. Can't get much more specific than rockabilly or girl groups. All right. Thanks so much for watching. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I'm going to be looking out and watching some other people following up on this thread. And until next time, peace.